You're listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Friday the 17th of January, 2025. It is 27 days after the winter solstice. It is 62 days before the spring equinox. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 28th day of Nivose, the day of zinc. The sun rises today at 7:17 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:06 p.m. The sun sets today at 4:56 p.m. Civil twilight ends today at 5:25 p.m. Nautical twilight ends at 5:59 p.m. The length of daytime today is 1 minute and 37 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waning gibbous phase and is 86% full at midday. The last quarter will arrive on Tuesday, the 21st of January. These are the predicted tides today for Horn's Hook. In the middle of the night, high tide, 12:19 a.m., 1 meter 28. In the morning, low tide, 6:07 a.m., 0 centimeters. At midday, high tide, 12:27 p.m., 1 meter 34. In the evening, low tide, 6:36 p.m., minus 12 centimeters. In our shared realm of plants and animals, among the seaweeds one can spot at low tide in Hallett's Cove is Fucus vesiculosus. It has many common names: bladderwrack, black tang, rockweed, sea grapes, sea oak, cutweed, Dyer's fucus, and rock rack. It was the original source of iodine and is found widely across the northern oceans. Commemorations. On this day in 1920, prohibition came into effect as a result of the 18th Amendment to the Constitution. Alcohol would be banned in the United States until repeal in 1933. On this day in 1929, the cartoon character Popeye first appeared in a comic strip called Thimble Theater. His creator was E.C. Seeger. On this day in 1961, President Dwight David Eisenhower made his farewell address to the nation on television. In his speech, he warned of the growing power of the military-industrial complex. Eisenhower said, "Until the latest of our world conflicts, the United States had no armaments industry. American makers of plowshares could, with time and as required, make swords as well. But now we can no longer risk emergency improvisation of national defense. We have been compelled to create a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions." He continued, "In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes." Whether his warning has been heeded remains an open question. On this day in 1931, James Earl Jones, the iconic American actor, was born. He died just last year. On this day in 1942, Muhammad Ali, the great boxer, was born. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, you can't hit what your eyes don't see. And finally, we wish Michelle Obama a happy birthday today. She was born on this day in 1964. She once said, "I am still in progress, and I hope that I always will be." Happy birthday, Michelle Obama. And that is the Observatory, Friday the 17th of January, 2025.